Greetings everybody and welcome to the next episode of Blast Off. Hope you are well, hope things are finding you in good spirits today. More than can be said for me. So just come a little closer, come closer. This is the most grindiest game I have ever played. It is driving me up the wall. The amount of things you have to do in this game, it's actually become a chore. Become an absolute chore. You know, the simple act of, let me just show you. When we left you last time, we were going to make some brass and some titanium. Well, I stood here, I made 2 stacks of brass. I must have stood here for 3 hours just doing this. Oh, terrible. And then over here for hours on end, making sure this crucible furnace is up to temperature and it's got coal in it. Meanwhile, going outside into the great blue yonder, smashing those bleeding towers down. So grindy. So with that in mind, I've decided to absolutely plough ahead with this. So I've done some work off camera. I've had to. You didn't want to watch me spend 3 hours, well, let's say 6 episodes going like this. This would have been top rate video. Just doing that. 3 episodes. Oh my god. The mind-numbingness of this. Yeah, that would have been a good 6 episodes, that, wouldn't it? So I decided to speed things up a little bit. I've been working horrendously. The amount of time I put into this. Just to try and get things moving. It has been awful. Now, as you can see here, done a little bit of work down here. I decided that the little mob trap I had up there wasn't sufficient enough. It wasn't cutting it. It was time to move it all up. So I took down the berry bushes and the ender seeds from upstairs. So upstairs is a bit of a dead duck at the moment. There's nothing going on up there at all. What I have done is I've created a little mob spawner down here. Now I'll show you this from outside. It is a pretty standard walk and drop spawner. In here you've got 2x2 squares set above conveyor belts, and what happens is it's dark enough up there, it's a completely closed box, so it's absolutely pitch black up there, so they can spawn on those spots and then walk off onto the conveyors. The conveyors then drop them down this shaft. Halfway down this shaft I've got some witch water, roughly where these torches are. That's where these torches are here to mark it out. Got some witch water, so they pass through that. So creepers become supercharged creepers, and skeletons become wither skeletons. Spiders become cave spiders. And so I've had to make it obsidian. It's obsidian about up to ground level. Because as you can imagine, I've got supercharged creepers here. And when they explode, they don't half go with a pop. So I've rebuilt this so many times. So I just decided that, I mean, sometimes it will still do it, and it'll blow these off. These will just go fire it off, which is why I've got a little stack of them here, just ready to repair. And a trash can there, just to get rid of all the stuff I do not need. Or I can just sit here and chop ankles. Summoners can be a bit of a pain because, yeah, there you go, you see, a good example. Oh, and it broke upstairs as well. Oh, in other words, it's knocked the signs off, and I'm now poisoned with witch water. So, I'll just fix that, and I'll be right back. And we're back. All repaired again. But that happens 3 or 4 times. You've got to make sure that you're not seen by these supercharged creepers. See, they generally sit right at the back, and that one's come forward. Nope. You've really got to get in there quick with them. Tend to sit at the back. The worst ones are the festive creepers. they sit right at the back because they like to throw TNT at you, which is really nice. Not very nice at all. So, over this side, I've just got some basic mob drop stuff here for all the things that come pouring out of this chute. Doing well on summoner minions. These are quite amusing. You just fire them out and it just releases a little skull that goes and finds a mob. Or if it can't, it'll just wander around and annoy you. Just have a swig of water while I'm here. Make up some water on my backpack. Oh, if you didn't know, if you put a camel pack in with your armour, you get camel pack on the back of your armour. Nice. It's alright. Let's stop prattling on. Here are the... It's okay. I love you too. So here are some of the trophies that I've got just from this area here. Within a very, very short time. So coming through here. I've expanded this section here because this is what's going to be the pneumatic craft area. I don't even want to look at this or this for the rest of the game, please. It was so annoying, it is unreal. Lots of aluminium. I just keep popping in there. I've just popped a hopper underneath there, straight into that chest, so it just basically dumps it straight in there. It's also a dump chest for my my casts for the Tinker's Smelter, and just general books and things like that. Still got lots of lava coming up from the bottom. I think the lava pool actually runs throughout the entire world, so can't see that going anywhere quickly. Also now have a cobble gen, old school cobble gen. It's alright for what it does. I've got lava, a block up there, it comes down and across, and water 3 blocks down there. So when they meet each other, they just create cobble. Nice and easy. You do get heat stroke because it is quite warm, as you can tell by the thermometer on the bottom left. As soon as I open that, it jumps straight up. So you do get heat stroke after a while. Just pop in here and dump off that stuff. Don't know if you've noticed, but also there's a little bit of music running underneath the episodes now. Simply being because of there are times when I just go completely mind numb when I'm thinking about things, and the silence was a bit deafening, and I was initially cutting it out of the video because it wasn't really fastest of videos with me sitting there thinking, mumbling away. But I thought actually that a little bit of music. Oh, can't you come through? Can't you come through? No, this is one-way glass, and you ain't on the list. Not on the list. So yeah, I hope the music's not too distracting. It's just a little angelic fart underneath it all. I also, the combustion generators that I got off a quest last, I popped one down here. I found a crevasse out in that direction somewhere, and it has one layer of oil on the bottom, so I've been collecting oil and using it for these AE cells, because this and the pylon upstairs use energy. As you can see there, it's going down whether you're using it or not. It might be wise for me to do that and break that so it stops using it till I need it. Better idea? Put that in there, and then when I get round to using it and it doesn't work, I'll panic and completely forget that I've just done that. So we need to go onward. I've taken the liberty of doing some quests. Oh, actually, before I do, got a lunchbox. Lunchbox, you just open it, shift right click to open it, and right click on a chest with food. It will put a random selection of food in there, and then when it's open, just right click and shift right click to close it, and it will randomise your food for you. It's to do with the spice of life, so it avoids all foods that you've already eaten or that you can't get much sustenance from. Pop him in the drops there, like that. Oh, I've got another spider trophy there, didn't even notice I had. So let's pop upstairs if I can stand on this properly. We have done a bit of changes. I started the Britannia. Now You know when I said that this game is annoying, and I really meant it, I really did. Apparently, if I can get into the right view, apparently the pack creator, I can't remember his name, Doom something or other, or the maker of Britannia, I'm not quite sure, but you can create day blooms here for your mana spreader to fill your mana pool. If I just grab my little wand from here, you'll be able to see, there you go, it's spitting into this. There's very little mana in there, and there's there's very little in there, it's just not spread it across. Shift right click like that and it'll join it. Where have I got fart bubbles? Yeah. Anyhow, the problem is the day blooms only last about 4 days, 4 Minecraft days, and then they simply vanish. As if this game isn't hard enough, you now have time limits on things that aren't that easy to create. I mean, you couldn't sit here and just do this all the time, but you can't even automate this. There's nothing in here to automate it that I can find that will actually, you know, like an autonomous activator dropping things in. Nope. There could be some Steve's factory manager that could do it, Steve's inventory, not quite sure, but that's just really sucky that it disappears. I had quite a few here, so I'm not getting mana at the moment, so I'm kind of sticking my nose up at that. Don't even get me started about mariculture. How you're supposed to do any kind of breeding in this frozen biome is beyond me. I've got some fish here, but one of them says it's needs plus 19 degrees, and I think at the moment it's like -2 here, which is useful. Not useful at all. And let's not even get started with Flaxbeard. Hell's bells, this has been an absolute nightmare. Getting this to... oh, hello. Late to the party. Yeah, oh, that was a good shot. There's some use for knockback after all. I started playing with this, but then I realised I need to get some new Mattercraft stuff up and running before I can properly deal with this. So everything is dependent on everything else. I spent ages making these. You get a nice little manual, the little esteemed innovation. It's quite a nice little mod, but it's just so fiddly in this pack. I'm sure it's much better when it's not limited. So let's get on with the quests. I want to fire through these quests as quick as possible. Let's just throw that in there. Get rid of these fishies. Oh, have I got any room in this armor chest? Oh yeah, that'll do. And I don't have any. Grab a decent helmet. Oh, that'll do. Pop that on. So let's have a look. As you can see, I've got 19 unclaimed quests here. That's simply because I need to move this game on. Start with this. We've got the usual iFit, let's ignore that. I got the Pure Daisy from Britannia. So from that, I can make this quite easily now, Flora Fertilizer. So I'll go with Pixie Dust. Oh man, again, you get both of them. I should read these things before I start clicking them, but hey ho, biddly bong. What else do we have? Haven't done any of these yet because, well, I did this as I said before. So let's move on. Let's do some of the boiler upgrades. Block of brass or a pipe. Well, block of brass will give us 9. Those 9 brass. See, you see what I mean? My brain goes. Let's take the block of brass. Yeah, because at least we can convert it into something else rather. If we get that, we're just stuck with pipe. Nothing worse than being stuck with pipe. Steam furnace, I did steam heater, did one of those as well. That was a pain because it needed so many other things. And we get another boiler from that. Moving on, brass fan again was another thing that needed. I had to get 9 fans, and each of them needed 4 parts of 4 different things. And oh, well, at least we get iron spikes, so I could pop them in the into the grinder at the end of the alley, and then just basically go down and pick up the drops. So at least those nasty creepers that I was talking about, the Christmas creepers, the festive ones, at least they won't be hide there. So what else we got? Moving on, brass sucker. Oh, fuck it, that was another thing that needed fans that I just gold spike. Happy to see the back of this one, I really will. Frame block. I think this is through Fancy Locomotion, I think. Again, is a mod that I've never played with. I think I've seen Ethor using that at the moment in his modded Minecraft one. Duty rock smashers, which I thought would help me, but nope. Get some brass pistons and steam filler. Get more frame blocks. Gilded iron. This was easy enough. Just combine iron with dip it in gold, and it makes gilded iron. All assist thrusters or jetpack. Well, we get a jetpack. Not that I'm ever going to be able to fill the darn thing because of Flaxbeard. What are you thinking? What were you thinking? One unclaimed is just the iFit, I think. So let me just dump all this in here. You'll be able to see here. This is all the Steve Cart stuff that I've been going through. This is all the Flaxbeard stuff I'm going through. There's quite a lot of it. Let me just pop them in there as well. Stick the Funky Locomotion stuff in there as well while we're at it. Oh, I get 4 of fertilizer anyway, so that's fine. Pop that in there. Because that's Britannia as well. Right, marching on at a steady pace. Polluted seas. I did the geothermal, wasted a stack of iron making buckets for this, so I can pick up one of these jennies. Now it'd be wise to pick up the lava generator because we're surrounded by lava at the moment. Take that. Here's. Oh, this is what I did a while ago. I get the blacksmith's assistant, which I think is, I'm not quite sure, I think that's to do with the crucible. You put the crucible on top of there and it pours out into vats on all 4 sides. Get that. Pipes. This is me messing around with pipes earlier to try and get the lava flow from downstairs and also something to connect to Flaxbeard, but of course Flaxbeard's the only thing that connects to Flaxbeard, blah blah blah. I'm not at all going mental. I'm really, really not. So moving on, Farming Steve style. Avengers Assemble. So we have got to create a cart assembler for that. I get a cart modifier back for that. Then we have Diggy Diggy Hole. Not at all a Yogcast reference. So let's have a look. Which one shall we have? Solar panel, generic engine. Solar panel. What else we got? Lava ouch. Again, this is things to put on your Steve carts. You can get your cart to actually dig all the way down to the lava and actually get it to collect lava for you and pop back up to its little station. What's it called? That little station. I just had it a minute ago. Hello? Cart assembler. Or is it the cart assembler? Or is it? Which one is it? There's one of them that it comes back up to anyway. You're probably face palming right now. I am in my mind. So, security system. Throws a potion, throws an egg. Experience bank. I'm going to go for that one. Lava ouch, what did I pick? And smelter. Let's go with thermal engine. Security system, that was that one. Claim reward. Crops. This is where you can turn your Steve's cart into a farmer. I've seen this before on a previous server that I had. A friend of mine, Bugsy JG, he used to create these to go farming trees. It's a bit of a mental setup. They seem very good. So melon, pumpkin or seeds, which I have all of the above. But, well, I'll use seeds because, no, I'll get seeds because I can use them in Britannia. What else do we have? Farming trees. Create the tree farmer, I believe. So we get rail, cargo manager, that's what it is. That's where it pops back to and drops its stuff off. You can have it fill up things out of these green and blue sections. It's got a nice little GUI to it as well. So let's, I want it, let me claim that reward. Pick one. Picked one. Claim reward. Thank you. Okay. What's next? Have I got any quests left? Pressurization. Start at the compressed iron. That'll give you one of these. Pneumatic seeds we have a lot of. I'll go for chamber window because I think that's easy to do. It's this one that starts to get a bit fiddly. Pneumatic seeds, as I said, I've got a ton of them. And where else are we? That's completed. Oop. CBs and stuff. So I think that's the majority of quests done. Now I know that, let me just pop some of this stuff in here. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but I shall deal with that later. Another empty dense energy cell, just what I always wanted. I also have an adventure backpack that I created. You can put your adventure backpack on this way and access it through B, I believe. No, that's bookmark. It's /. There you go. And this is your backpack. You have a crafting grid. You also have two liquid storage banks as well. Rather handy. Or you can carry it as I do, because I prefer to have my armour and my camel pack. You can just carry it there, and then you just make sure you don't click anything on the floor, otherwise it will put it out, place the object down. Just click forward, and you can still throw stuff in there. Simples. Let me just put this lava journey in there. Now, this is what I've got here, a lump of Galgador. This is what I've been recently working on. And I think in pressurization, nope, I can never find anything. Here we are, Galgador. Now, to get Galgador in metal, that was an absolute pain, as you wouldn't be surprised with this mod pack. Galgadorium metal. You have to get a lump of it, which is created this way. A block of glass, yes, proper glass, and ender-infused obsidian, alamite, osmium, reinforced metal. That is not cheap. When you think about what goes into magical wood and the time spent making a block of brass, don't get me started again. So you end up with one lump of Galgador, but it doesn't end there. What you need to do with this lump of Galgador is put it on a blacksmith's anvil, hit it 15 times to get Galgadorium metal. So let's go do that. Let me go and take it out on the anvil. Hammer, let's get Galgadorium metal. Smash it, smash, smash, smash. Break it, break it, break it, smash it. And there we go. All calm. All calm. Calm. Deep breaths. So, moving on. I now have my lump of Galgadorium metal. So what do I get for this? Get enhanced infused Galgadorian block or infused. Well, you'd think that enhanced infused is better than infused, wouldn't you? Guessing you need that before you can get that. So, I'm going to go with that. Oh no, once again, both of them are rewards. I'm such a noob. And you don't lose that, which is brilliant. So pop that in there. So let's plop that in there and that in there. I'll figure out what can we use that for. Oh, pressure chamber stuff. Yeah, I thought as much. Need that to get that. And not that much pressure. So now I've got this pressure chamber, which I want to build. I have these required machines already. I found them in the dungeon. Where did I get them? There we go. Assembly laser, assembly drill, and controller. I even have this programmer. I've never seen that one before. Don't quite know what that does. It seems to be what I say about everything at the moment. Don't know what that does. So I know that can be a bit of a pain to set up. Loads of explosions, things going wrong, and general frustration, which is always nice. So what's this one do then? This one creates, the inventory manager. This is what I was talking about when I was referring to Britannia. These are really good for growing the pneumatic seeds. You can set one of these up. I think I had one in a previous pack I played, where you could set a seed in there and put bone meal in one and the seeds in the other, and it would automatically plant it, bone meal it, pick it, and it was really, really good. But yeah, as you can see, that takes a lot of Galgadorian metal, so I've still got a long way to go with this. Really have. So just pop back upstairs. As you can see here, I extended the land a little bit. Managed to get some bamboo. You can get this from hammering my magnetization as well. You can get this by hammering double compressed dirt. You have a chance of getting a seed. Let's have a look, because this is one thing I was really lacking with. If we have a look at seeds, you've got sugarcane seeds, and you can get them by hitting double compressed dirt. So I had to get the dirt machine in overdrive, but that's to get that's a 20% chance. That wasn't too bad. I actually did get a lot of other stuff, so I had to go through a lot of dirt, but the thing is, I've now got this big fella over here, so he's creating a hell of a lot of zombie meat for me to throw into my Dirtmatic 5000, which now the Dirtmatic 5000, if I can get down, has grown considerably. It's now the Dirtmatic 5000 TX. It can do 3 at a time now with a multiple hopper system. This hopper's connected to that one, connects to that one, and what happens is it fills up from there, fills that one up, fills that one up, and then they all drop out and pop into this chest. As you can see, I've already got some double there and some single compressed and some dirt ready to go. Phew. So I seem to have I think I've run out of time there as well. I've got the shell up and running over here again with just one of these combustion engines. You just need fuel oil, and then I just threw some water in there. It will only use power when I die and recreate myself. And I finally succumbed and actually got a clock, because I was tired of going into my NEI and typing clock. I thought I might as well. I've got enough redstone and gold now. Things are looking up a little bit. I don't know why I've still got fart bubbles around myself though. Intriguing. Anywho, let's end the episode down here. See what we've got in our little trap. Oh, right. Well, that was a bit of a letdown. Still. So, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm trying to run at a heavy pace simply because I just want to get through this. There are some elements of this which are really fun, and other elements that are just utterly soul destroying. So I'm firing through this as quick as possible, and I hope you prefer it that way rather than 6 episodes of me tipping a crucible and making ingots, because that ain't good videos, I'm afraid. So on that bombshell, I shall love you and leave you. I shall see you on the flip side. Much love. Stop flying above my head now. Jesus, talk about ruining an ending.